Welcome, my friend. Welcome to our channel, a place where you learn English through powerful and emotional stories. Today, we are not just going to visit a city. We are going to travel through time, from the ancient world to revolutions, to fashion and art. Today, we explore the story of one of the greatest cities in history. Yes, my friend, today, we learn the story of Paris. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing by the calm waters of the Seine River, hearing the bells of Notre Dame, watching artists paint in Montmartre, and feeling the heartbeat of a city that never stops dreaming. But Paris was not always a city of lights and love. Its story is one of war, power, beauty, and survival. So, are you ready to travel through time? Let's begin in the very beginning. Long before the Eiffel Tower and long before the great kings and queens, there was a tribe. Over 2,000 years ago, a Celtic people called the Parisii lived near the river Seine. They were fishermen and traders. They built small homes and used wooden boats to travel on the river. This place would one day become a global city. But back then, it was just a quiet village. In 52 BC, everything changed. The Roman Empire came to Gaul and conquered the Parisii. The Romans built a town called Lutetia. It had baths, temples, markets, and straight roads. Paris was now part of a powerful empire. The city grew slowly with stone bridges and buildings, but still, it was far from the Paris we know today. As centuries passed, the Roman Empire fell, and Paris began to change again. By the 5th century, it became a Christian city, and one man became its protector, Saint Geneviève. When the Huns, led by Attila, were ready to attack, the people of Paris were afraid. But Geneviève told them to pray, not to run. She stayed strong, and the Huns turned away. She became the spiritual mother of Paris, and her name is remembered even today. In the Middle Ages, Paris began to shine. In the 12th century, a great university was built, the University of Paris, one of the first in Europe. It attracted students and scholars from many lands. The city became a center of learning, religion, and culture. On an island in the middle of the Seine, they built a church, Notre Dame de Paris. It took more than 100 years to build, with tall towers and colorful stained glass. When it was finished, it was one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. But my friend, life was not always beautiful in old Paris. In the 14th century, the city faced pain and fear. The Black Death killed thousands. Streets were dirty, people were poor. And then came war, a long war between France and England called the 100 Years' War. Paris became a battleground. One name shines in this dark time, Joan of Arc, a young girl from the countryside. She believed God had chosen her to save France. She fought bravely, helped the French king, and became a symbol of hope. But in 1431, she was captured and burned alive in Rouen. She was only 19. Her spirit, however, lived on. And Paris would rise again. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Paris became a city of kings. The French monarchy grew powerful, and the royal court moved to Versailles, just outside Paris. But inside the city, something was boiling. People were angry. The rich lived in luxury, while the poor suffered. Then came the year 1789, the year everything changed. On July 14th, a crowd of angry Parisians stormed the Bastille, a royal prison. It was the beginning of the French Revolution. People demanded liberty, equality, and brotherhood. The king, Louis XVI, and his queen, Marie Antoinette, were executed. The old world was gone, and Paris was at the heart of the revolution. The streets of Paris were full of hope and fear. People debated new ideas. New leaders rose, and many fell. One man, however, would rise higher than anyone else. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon took power in 1799 and crowned himself emperor in 1804 in the Cathedral of Notre Dame. He transformed Paris, building monuments, roads, and bridges. He wanted Paris to look like a capital of glory, but war followed him, and in the end, he fell. In the 19th century, Paris faced more revolutions, more changes, but it also became more beautiful. One man, Baron Haussmann, redesigned the city. He created the wide boulevards, the parks, and the elegant buildings we see today. Paris was becoming the modern city we now know. Now, my friend, we enter the belle epoque, the beautiful era. From 1871 to 1914, Paris became the cultural heart of the world. Painters like Monet, Degas, and Renoir filled the city with color. Writers like Victor Hugo and Émile Zola told powerful stories. The Eiffel Tower was built for the 1889 World Fair, and though many people hated it at first, it became the symbol of Paris. Cafes were full of artists, poets, and dreamers. Jazz music filled the air. Fashion was born on the streets, and lights danced across the city at night. This was the age when Paris truly became the city of lights. But then, war returned. In 1914, World War I began. Paris was in danger but was never taken. The city stayed strong. People lived with fear and courage. Then, in 1939, came World War II. In 1940, the German army entered Paris. The city was occupied for 4 long years. But Parisians never gave up. Many joined the resistance, risking their lives to fight back. In 1944, the people of Paris rose up, and when the Allied forces arrived, the city was free again. The French flag flew above the Eiffel Tower, and once more Paris was alive. After the war, Paris rebuilt itself. It became a city of peace talks, fashion shows, and art festivals. The 1960s brought student protests and new dreams. In 1977, the bold Centre Pompidou opened, a museum with pipes on the outside and art on the inside. It shocked the world, but Paris has always loved to surprise. In the 21st century, Paris faced new challenges: terrorism, political tension, and climate change. But it also showed resilience. When Notre Dame caught fire in 2019, the world cried. But people from every country donated to rebuild it, because Notre Dame belongs to all of us. Today, Paris is a city where the past and present walk together. The old stones tell stories, and the new voices sing new songs. Millions of people visit every year to see the Louvre, climb the Eiffel Tower, walk along the Seine, or simply drink coffee and watch the world go by. So, my friend, what is the true story of Paris? It is a city born from a tribe, built by Romans, protected by saints, transformed by kings, shaken by revolutions, inspired by artists, and loved by all. It is a city of contrasts, of beauty and struggle, light and shadow, tradition and change. It is a city that teaches us that even after the darkest nights, the lights can return, that even after war, peace can bloom, that even after a fire, the heart can rise again. And now, maybe, you will see Paris not just as a tourist spot, but as a living story, a classroom of history, a book of dreams, a teacher of hope. Thank you, my friend, for joining me on this journey. I hope you not only learned new English words today, but also felt the spirit of Paris in your heart. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. More amazing stories are waiting for you to help you grow your English and your imagination. Until next time, au revoir, my friend. And remember, Paris is not just a city, it is a feeling.